Flashback Friday on the DNVR Broncos podcast. We've got Henry Chisholm. We've got Ryan Koenigsberg. We've got Kale behind the camera. And yours truly, Zac Stevens. We're throwing it back to that. And we're also going to throw it back in another way, quarterback talk. Once again, I mean, it's just an annual tradition.
It is.
The season rolls around, March rolls around, and it's all about the quarterbacks. But before we dive into quarterback talk, where we've got some news, by the way, so you want to stay tuned. How we doing, fellas?
I am tired. Tired.
Because it's Friday?
No, because last night I'm in an indoor simulator golf league, and it starts at 7 p.m.
Okay.
It is 9 holes. Guess what time I got home?
I mean, you should have been home at 9.
Yeah, I'd go 10.
Midnight.
Wow.
I won't get into the details of the story, but we had a rogue opponent who was just absolutely blitzed out of his mind.
Wow.
And he would just disappear for like 20-minute segments. And so it took us 4 hours to finish 9 holes.
Why didn't you just kick him out?
I don't have that power.
Yeah.
Is this someone we know?
No.
Okay.
But before we move on from my golf simulator league, there is a notable Broncos figure who I discovered last night who's in the league.
Okay.
I'm going to give each of you guys 3 guesses. I'll give you a scale of 1 to 100 how close you are.
Okay, I mean, top of the head, I have to say what came to mind. John Elway.
Okay, that's really close. I would give it a 87.
An 87.
Wow.
So could that be a hint toward like an Eric Decker? Hank, what do we think? An 87. I mean, I got to go. The next thing closest to my mind is Peyton Manning.
That would be incredible. I would say that's a little further away than John Elway.
Okay.
We'll go 75 for that one. Probably even further. Further than that.
So give me a number.
Stick with John Elway.
Stick with John Elway. Okay.
This is tough because
Close to
Spencer's
John.
also in this league.
Yep.
I've heard this,
Oh, you have?
but I can't remember who it is.
Oh, wow.
And
So
it's not Spencer.
I didn't
He's
know that
notable.
Spencer knew.
I'm pretty sure Spencer told me because
That's crazy that Spencer would have told you before me. But I didn't
probably
miss last
assumed you know. Oh,
But if you're both
yeah.
in the league, wouldn't you have both seen this guy?
I saw him for the first time yesterday.
Guy. We can confirm that.
Yes.
Okay. Guy.
It's not.
You saw him for the first
Rod
time.
Smith.
For posterity, we'll say that's an 80.
Okay.
I like that.
So
but
similar,
further
huh?
away from John. Further away.
Which
I
is
would imagine
interesting.
100 is it.
The guy.
That
yeah.
would be it, yeah.
Okay.
I said I'll give you a ranking 1 to 100 how close you are.
So we're getting. You brought us.
So
a
I feel
little
like the
colder
GM
there.
ties must matter because it isn't just
I
like.
wasn't thinking that.
Well, because they would be on the same level if they were both just like winning Super Bowls back in the,
Right.
So like, what's the difference between Elway to make him closer than Rod?
Von
Maybe
Miller.
position.
Von Miller's a golfer. And
He's a little
we're
busy.
talking kind of legends, but you laughed, so I'm not going to burn one of my 3 there.
Um,
Are you thinking like George Payton? I feel like that would be colder
he's a
than
little
an 80.
busy. Yeah, he's a little busy.
that's
And
true,
then
he
why
is
would Rod
busy.
Smith be close?
Sean Payton golfs?
But again, like,
no, he's at
also
the combine.
busy?
No,
yeah,
I'm not burning
exactly.
it. Not burning it.
No,
This is taking up a lot of time.
it is. Damn it.
Like I would go Shannon Sharp, but it's
Steve
can't be Shannon.
Atwater.
Oh, I got a guess.
He's the same as Rod Smith.
Terrell Davis. No.
Also the same as Rod Smith. They're all in the 80s.
I feel
Oh, okay. So why would Elway be more?
well, he's-
like, there's
he's
gotta be a
John.
reason.
I mean, I feel like Elway is more than those.
But like in terms
they're
of like a
top-
relation.
I'm going to give you guys too good of a hint, but that's okay. They're tied. They're like more closely tied together.
Quarterback. Jake Plummer.
No.
That's
less.
That's less. Okay.
You guys haven't entered the right sphere yet.
So it's not quarterback.
God
it's not
damn it.
GM. Is it? No, it's
Someone who lives in Colorado.
It's got to be Eddie Mack. Can you guys just say it?
It's not Edmund.
Rod Smith would have been closer.
Yeah.
Rod Smith would have been closer.
87, so that would have fit. Someone in the same sphere.
It's close to John Elway. They're closely tied to John Elway. But it's not like, I don't know,
Mike
Jack
Shanahan?
Because that would be, there you go.
There we go.
Mike Shanahan.
You're
There we
right,
go.
closely tied together. There you go.
Like,
Wow.
When you think Mike
Yeah.
Shanahan, you think John Elway more than you think Rod Smith.
It's
Terrell
true.
Davis,
Yeah,
Shannon
yeah,
Sharp.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. How's that silver hair looking?
Well, just beautiful.
Is he a good golfer?
I didn't like. I actually didn't talk to him.
Okay.
I'm hoping that we get like if he's in the league where we might play each other. That's when I'm gonna empty my chamber of questions.
Over under.
But so I didn't see.
Over under 4-hour round with him.
God, I hope it's less.
What if he's terrible?
He's not.
But what if he is?
He's just not.
What if he shoots like a 140 or something, and you just have to sit there and watch?
Hall of Fame caliber NFL head coaches simply can't be bad at golf.
It's true. Just like quarterbacks.
Yep.
No, it's just in their DNA.
It would be so uncomfortable if he was, though. Could you imagine? Like he hits like a 170-yard drive into the trees, and you're just like, oh god, like.
Damn.
But nice shot, Mike.
Take
I've played
170.
Yeah.
I've played a real round of golf with Bill McCartney. Hopefully, I'll eventually, because like I'm gonna miss a couple weeks. What if Shanny misses a couple weeks? I just gotta pray that we line up. But like, hopefully, I can say I played a sim round with Mike Shanahan.
Yeah.
Is that two best football coaches in Colorado history?
Without a doubt.
Huh.
Who else would be in there?
Dave Logan.
Sonny Lubick.
Gary Kubiak.
Yeah.
Gary, but such a short time.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's the first two on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dave
So
Logan might make the Mount Rushmore.
I think he'd have to.
probably does. Yeah. How
Couple
many
weeks-
championships?
Like that's the thing. Like if you're letting college coaches in, then like I feel like the gap high school to like when you're that great of a high school coach, you can close the gap on college coaches in terms of a state.
There's probably a youth coach that has won every single year.
So
I mean, but so is Dave Logan. He has like 8 championships, 10
what's
championships.
crazy is like a couple weeks ago I mentioned Dave Logan and I was like inarguably best high school coach in the history of Colorado, and like someone was like, wow, the disrespect to some person I've never heard of. And so then I was like, oh man, this guy probably has like 27 championships or something like that. I went and looked. Dave Logan has 10, he has 6.
Wow.
I was like, nope, not disrespect.
Not
Andy
even
Lowry.
close.
I think that's who it was.
Yeah. Denver Broncos high school football coach of the year.
Shout out.
Wow. So Ryan, you mentioned. Wait. So do we know why this guy took 4 hours to play his round?
I was there.
Alcohol.
He was drunk.
Yeah. Okay. So he was drunk. So you said alcohol. And it just reminds me of a story that kind of ties into this. The Indianapolis airport, Ryan. I had another one
legendary
of these.
spot.
Another one of these experiences. The crazy thing, no one's ever in the Indianapolis airport ever.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah.
for like
It's a nice
the
airport, too.
same type of people. So I won't get into the details, but Ryan and I have a couple of stories from the Indy airport. One time we were flying home, and on our flight, the guy ahead of us, I don't know if it was because he was drunk or what, but threw up all over himself, all over my bag.
That's right.
And Ryan and I just had to sit there. Weren't sure if it was lasagna
Chicken
or
parm.
chicken parm or throw up. We found out it was throw up later. Another story that we have in the Indy airport. Some dude is just gone to the wind.
Yep.
And there's also some
religious
sort
group.
of religious group that decides to take it into their hands.
That's
They
right.
wanted to like. It looked like they were performing an exorcism.
Yes. Like what, 15 people around this
They
guy?
literally surrounded this man and were chanting.
Did it work?
No, it got him kicked
Oh
out.
my God, it did. It literally called so much attention to this man's drunkenness that he got escorted out of the airport.
Oh,
brutal.
that's a
And
shame.
like people were pissed.
Yes, yes.
Like, because he was just gonna like get on the flight, be drunk, whatever.
Yep.
And he got kicked out. And there was like a man like yelling like, "You fucked that guy over!" Like,
So
That's terrible.
RG and I are at the airport, and there's the only open restaurant there because there's no one there. But it's 7 p.m. The only open restaurant is Harry and Izzy's, which is like, it's not a full steakhouse.
Peyton Manning, part owner.
Yes,
Really?
Peyton Manning, part owner, and it's also in the family of St. Elmo's.
Yep.
So they have the famous shrimp cocktail.
Yep.
So RG and I are at the bar. Across the bar is this guy, and he comes in some point when RG and I are eating. He has a beer. He's drank half of it, and there's 2 bartenders, and they're like, we can't let this guy drink anymore. So my antennas go up because I'm like, he's only been sitting here for 2 minutes. So, like, something's going on. I hear him order food. He orders the shrimp cocktail, of course. Then he orders sliders. Then he orders a salad. Then he orders a steak. And so this guy's got so much food coming his way. And I'm like, okay, kind of checks out for a guy that's pretty drunk, according to the bartenders. Then he eats the shrimp. Then I hear the bartender go over, take the shrimp away because it's done. And he says, sir, we'll bring your other food. It'll be done shortly. And he goes, I just ate my food. And the guy goes, well, yeah, you have 4 more courses coming. And the guy goes, no, I don't. And he goes, yeah, you do. We've got the sliders, the steak, the salad all coming out soon. He goes, I just ate it. And he goes, you just ate the shrimp cocktail. I'm holding it right here. The guy goes, no, I ate everything.
Oh, no.
And then so this guy immediately just takes the guy's beer away and is like, I can't serve you anymore. He goes and talks to his other bartender. They come over, and they're like, sir, we're just going to have to ask you to leave. 2 minutes, everything's comped. You don't have to pay. Just get out of here. 2 minutes later, 2 waiters come over with just so much food, but the guy's gone because they sent him away. I was like, this is wild. And so after he leaves, the bartender comes over and is like, you guys okay? Like, uncomfortable situation. We're like, oh yeah, like totally fine. We feel bad for you. And he goes, oh, this is nothing. Yesterday, a guy was sitting at the bar and was so drunk that something went down at the bar where he started running away and policemen tackled him right there, like right behind us. I'm like, what happens at this airport?
Wait, the whole time, especially because I'm hungry right now, I was just thinking, like, did you guys get that food?
No, yeah, you should have gotten it.
So we had already had food. I thought we were the only 2 people there. Or no, there was one other person there. I thought they were going to offer it to us, but I think they just brought it back and like had it in the kitchen.
Someone better, as long as someone ate it, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, it was so much food. The Indianapolis airport is a gift that just keeps giving.
Yeah.
In a way.
Plus, it had that really loud game, remember?
Yes, I saw that.
The basketball game.
Also, speaking of Colorado coaches not on the Mount Rushmore, you ran into Carl Durrell there.
Yeah,
had a good talk with Carl. That was a much more peaceful time than what Zach went through.
He would have been a good ranking on the Mike Shanahan scale because he coached with him.
Oh, yeah. He could have been one, too.
Wait, when did he... Oh, back with the Broncos.
Yep,
wide receiver coach?
Yep.
Wow. First ever duo in NFL history to both get 1,000 yards. Rod Smith and McCaffrey, yeah.
Oh, and he was their wide receiver coach. How about that?
How about that?
Wow. Thanks to Carl Durrell. Mike Shanahan probably needs to thank Carl Durrell for that, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, let's dive into some football talk after I tell you about our friends over at Circle K, where if you want the best snacks, which a lot of these stories we've been telling, people needed snacks, they have got them. And I can tell you how good the snacks are because the snacks don't last in the DNVR office here. We've got them behind Ryan, if you can see, just tons of snacks, and we need a refill like every single day because they've got the best snacks out there. The resealable bags is what we're finding is the best part of Circle K's snacks. So if you want to get free snacks, sign up for their Inner Circle Circle K program, where every 6th item on snacks, pizzas, roller grills, dispensed beverages, donuts, and more is going to be free. Your first 5 Polar Pops are going to be free, and your first 5 Phillips or gas are going to get 25 cents off a gallon. So head to circlek.com/inner-circle for more information and get a free Polar Pop of any size if you text DNVR to 31310. That's DNVR to 31310. Terms and conditions can be viewed at circlek.com.
Hank, I'll take this one because some are saying I have a residency at this place.
Wow.
Circa Resort and Casino. I am about 10 days or so away from making my 5th trip to Circa in the last calendar year. And you know what's funny about that is then I'm making another trip 2 weeks after that. So we're going for
goodness.
6th trip in 1 calendar year.
And maybe even more impressive, 4th trip in 3 months.
Yes. And the good thing for Circa is that I enjoy myself while I'm there. So, you know, they're paying for my stay and then I pay for it as well.
Yeah.
It's a good deal for both of us and we both enjoy it. But if you're going to Vegas, you got to go to Circa. And the best part about that is that you can book your stay with the code DNVR20 for 20% off. 20% off is a solid number.
Yeah.
But 20% off a hotel stay,
Oof.
that's a lot of money.
It
Some
is.
serious money.
And Circa has very reasonable prices, but even then, you're getting a lot of money off. So make sure you use the code DNVR20 when you go to check out Stadium Swim, the biggest sports book in the state of Nevada. I got to be honest, quick aside note. I stayed at another hotel for one night while I was there last time because I had to extend my stay. Circa was full.
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't been to a normal sports book in a really long time. My God, you can't go back.
No.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe, like,
Oh,
the DNVR Bar has a better TV setup than some of these sports books.
Oh, totally.
Not even close.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, another one that I've been to is like a couple of TVs that are not aligned perfectly, and you are in foldable chairs.
yeah. Wow, that's is that on the strip?
It was on the strip. You could probably guess the hotel on the strip, too.
right.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I know exactly what it is.
Yep.
I just once you go Circa Sportsbook, you never go back.
No,
Yep.
you can't.
I truly can't watch a game in another sportsbook in the state of Nevada. So go check out Circa Sportsbook and Casino. Use the code DNVR20 if you're going out for the Pac-12 or Mountain West tournaments like I am. Well, I'm going for the Pac-12, but some people might be going for the Mountain West.
Very, very, very last thing before we get to Broncos. It ties into Circa. Did you guys see what Circa did yesterday to celebrate February 29th?
Oh, I saw Spano was there.
Was he
They
really?
invited Brandon Spano.
Wow.
You think that's
they
what- was that it?
did. No,
Oh.
but Brandon should have had a birthday on February 29th because everyone that had a birthday on February 29th drank for free at
wow.
all of the Circa hotels, obviously including Circa.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bag fumble on his
Stevens,
part.
Yeah, it is. The owner hooked everyone up, and I guess it's a every 4-year tradition that
Yeah.
they do there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you think that getting a fake ID that says your birthday is February 29th is a worthy investment?
Probably, yeah.
I mean,
fake
what does it
IDs
cost? Like $100?
Probably don't work at
Well,
Vegas casinos.
I don't think they could get you in, but I bet if you went to the bar and like showed them.
Oh, true. They're not like scanning it because they do
No.
scan your ID when you go in.
Exactly.
Right.
Don't
Yeah.
use fake IDs at Circa.
Don't use fake IDs. Yeah, that's terrible.
But yeah, I saw one place. You know how like certain sandwich restaurants or whatever will give you a free. I think Snarf's actually gives you a free sub on your birthday.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
If like a place like that said if your birthday's leap day, we'll give you 4 free subs to make up for the years that we
Then
missed.
it's
That would be
worth it.
crazy.
Yeah.
Or like a massive sub, like 4 times the size.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, you don't really need 4. At least I don't.
All right, Ryan, you are a bad influence.
Yes, I know.
And we've been speaking of some bad influences, and
Yeah.
we've spent a third of the show not talking football, but we actually do have
That's
some
for the
football.
OGs.
It is. It's for the OGs. We've got some football talk to get to. Yesterday, we found out that the Broncos didn't just meet with J.J. McCarthy, Michael Penix, and Bo Nix. They also met with the big 3 quarterbacks, Caleb Williams, Jayden Daniels, and Drake Maye. And we actually heard from 5 of these 6 quarterbacks today, and we've got some clips about their meetings with the Broncos, and we're going to play a little game of something or nothing.
love something
so
or nothing.
when we hit these clips, right after, I'm going to ask you, is it something or is it nothing? And you can take it any way you want. But first, is it something or is it nothing that the Broncos have met with all 6 potential first-round quarterbacks?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well,
I mean, it'd be,
Something.
but the
How
thing
is
is,
this
it would be something if they didn't, which means does it mean that it's something that they did? Because if they didn't meet with all of them, they would just have to be the dumbest front office in the NFL, which would be something. So I mean, the fact that they aren't the dumbest is something.
also, if they had a quarterback, it would be something.
Yeah,
Like what's going on here?
Right.
But they don't.
But you only get a limited number of these interviews as well. I think 45 of them throughout the week this week. 18-minute interviews. They spent at least 8 of them, because they also met with Michael Pratt and Spencer Rattler. They spent 8 of them on quarterbacks.
I feel like they'd be crazy not to. I mean, imagine the world where they're like, Caleb Williams isn't there, but then all of a sudden something crazy happens. So instead of, like, they didn't meet with Caleb Williams, now he's there at 6, and you're like, oh shit, should we trade up? It's like, I don't know. I've never met the guy. Like, you just can't risk that.
See,
like, when you want a quarterback, you have to interview all the quarterbacks.
It did.
Yeah.
That's why yesterday when we talked about this and we didn't know about Drake Maye, Caleb Williams, and Jayden Daniels, it really was nothing, because of course they're going to meet with the guys that are going to fall at least close to them. But now they're meeting with Caleb Williams. Does this mean maybe they want a move, whether it's all the way to 1, whether it's 2? We'll get into that, but let's first hear from these guys. Kale, hit some of these clips for us.
JJ, what's your interaction been like with the Broncos to this point, and how excited would you be if they ended up selecting you?
It's been amazing. Had a great formal interview with all the coaches in there, and the GM and the OC, Coach Lombardi. It was just amazing. Coach Payton was great. Coach Webb was kind of leading the whole thing, asking amazing questions, and it would be an honor to play for them. Just great football town in Denver. Love everything about the city. Love everything about the state in general. So it would be an honor, honestly.
Something or nothing.
Something. Now, it doesn't have that much to do with the Broncos, but it does have to do with JJ McCarthy. I was incredibly impressed that he named every person in the every coach in the room by name.
I agree. It sounds like he's done his homework on the Broncos specifically. Henry?
That's a good one.
Something or nothing.
Just for, contrast.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, when he walked into his meeting with the Miami Dolphins.
That's right.
Introduced himself to Dan Marino and said, Mr. Elway, it's an honor to meet you.
See, and that was something. What was he going to say? The other thing he could say is like, no, it was awful. I think that I did a bad job, and like, or maybe he says like, no, they just don't seem like they know what they're talking about. Seem like just like a big bunch of assholes, and that like, I mean, he was always going to say something positive. It's a good note that he remembered the names.
Think about how many teams he's met with. Probably
totally
20 at least.
I think that's the biggest thing. What are the odds he's actually been to Colorado? Like he says, he loves everything about the state.
Hasn't played CU.
Just by looking at him, I think he's been to Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, also, if you're in his position, it's like, what, there's like 4 teams that you would think there's a good chance you're going to go to. It's like the Broncos, the Vikings, the Falcons, and maybe throw another one, that Raiders. Like,
Chargers,
he should
maybe.
know.
Who knows? Jim Harbaugh loves him.
Oh, God. Yeah. I mean, it's good they remember the names.
Man, Henry's going to hate this because, spoiler alert, every quarterback says their meeting with the Broncos went well.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Because to Henry's point,
which makes it nothing.
No one's going to say anything.
That's why you have to look for little things like
that
me.
was a good little thing.
And I think that's significant because not every quarterback is going to say that. And, well, let's hit another one. Let's see what they say.
Again, not going to get into any specifics, but I do think that's another one that's just really, really powerful, really strong, going in the right direction. And, obviously got great respect for him and what he has done and what he's probably going to continue to do.
What seems to be the
All right, that was Bo Nix. That was about as vanilla as, not even vanilla bean, just as vanilla as it can be. I don't even think he said Sean Payton's name when referring to Sean Payton. He just said like a lot of respect for him. So
he could have been talking about God.
It's true. It's true.
Or Travis Hunter.
I think
same person.
No.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
Both are him.
Oh, both are him.
Wow. Yeah, I think
Henry able to get something from that?
I think it's something because he answered that the exact way Sean Payton would want him to answer that.
Oh, God.
Like, that's exactly what Sean, just as vague as possible, say almost nothing, just, generally positive, give no details. That's a Sean Payton guy to me.
I couldn't really hear him. Felt like he was mumbling. Makes me worry about his cadence. The ability to deliver a play in the huddle.
Clearly an Oregon fan.
Yeah, no. That's a nothing. That was a big nothing.
It really was.
Yeah.
Is it the biggest nothing that we heard from the quarterback say?
I hope so.
Let's hit another one, Kale.
Yeah, it was awesome meeting with Coach Payton. I think anytime you got one of the great offensive minds in there, meeting with him was pretty cool. And Davis Webb, he seemed right off the bat, seemed like he kind of one of the great quarterback coaches you can play for, and just fun being there with those guys. And got a great experience, and got Javonte Williams is a Carolina guy out there in Denver. So.
You and Caleb on different corners.
Okay, good luck hearing that one.
Why was that recorded from Denver?
Yeah, can you tell who that was?
Drake Maye?
That was Drake Maye. How could you tell?
Not J.J. McCarthy, not Bo Nix, white quarterback.
Yeah, there we go. Yep.
Okay, well, that's a
big
very
three.
good hint. Another one, as you noticed, it was recorded from Denver, meaning probably one of the big three guys because bigger crowd, so further away. And there was one other hint of why that was Drake Maye. He said one name in there.
I didn't.
He said a name?
He said one name in there.
Really? Was it Javonte?
Nailed it.
There you go.
Impressive, Henry. Very good.
What else did he say?
He said, it was great meeting with those guys.
That's good to hear.
A lot of respect for the organization, and great to talk about Javonte Williams. It would be great to play with my guy, Javonte.
Nice.
So, not much there. Except, he officially confirmed he met with the Broncos. He's a guy that's not supposed to fall out of the top three, although if any of the big three are going to slip, over the past week, the momentum is that it's going to be Drake Maye. So we'll talk about that. Well, no, let's actually talk about that now. Is there a point in which you say, I wouldn't trade up to 2 to get Drake Maye, but I would trade up to 6, 8, 5, 4?
Not for me.
Exactly.
Damn, you are aligned with the DNVR Broncos podcast. It's like Todd didn't even leave today.
Oh, that's crazy. I've inherited the hive mind without even
really have.
knowing what it is.
And especially because a lot of people, he's their number 2, and in all of our mind, he's not number 2 special.
So I don't like the term the big three. I don't think there is a big three.
Really?
You're saying the big three is Caleb Williams, Jayden Daniels, Drake Maye?
In a national perspective, yes.
I think that any one of those guys could drop, and I think that any one of not Caleb.
Okay.
And I think that any one of Michael Penix, J.J. McCarthy, or Bo Nix could get drafted a lot higher than people think.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm combined to one of those guys. I think J.J. McCarthy is going to be the ultimate riser in this draft.
He's the youngest of the group, right?
Yep, 21.
How old is Drake Maye?
It's one of those
22?
That's something that a lot of front offices value and something that you're willing to bet on, because what you say is Michael Penix is 24? He'll be 24 by the time week 1 comes around.
Exactly.
So what someone will say is, okay, Michael Penix is better than J.J. McCarthy right now, but after 3 years in our system, will he still be? And someone like Sean Payton is going to say no chance.
Right.
So the age thing matters.
Yeah. Drake Maye is 5 months older. August 30th, 2002 versus January 20th, 2003.
But Caleb Williams is older than both of them, I believe.
Yeah.
I definitely know, actually.
Yeah. I mean, he must be. Otherwise, people would be talking about it more.
Right.
He is November 18th, 2001. So he's actually...
2001.
Yeah, so he is
crazy.
older. So he's 22 already. Yeah.
Not even alive.
To me, there's just a big one, and it's Caleb Williams. And then after that, there's probably 3 more with McCarthy there. But all of it's so fluid. Before McCarthy wasn't in there, and soon he might not be, or Drake Maye might not be. And it does seem like there's 1 and then 3 and then 2 and then 2.
It's fair. We got 2 more clips to play. We didn't hear from one quarterback on his meeting with the Broncos. Can you guess who it was?
Penix?
Nope. He's got.
Oh, Caleb Williams.
Caleb, yeah, of course. Just because you thought there were a lot of people there for Drake Maye, tons of people there for Caleb Williams, and I said Penix had something to say. Let's get into his answer after I tell you about our friends over at American Financing, where I'm pretty sure earlier when we were trying to guess who's in your golf league, we named all of the former sponsors of American Financing, because there's big time as it gets when it comes to the financing game. I mean, you're talking...
We're basically coworkers with John Elway and Peyton Manning.
And Sean Payton. Yeah, exactly. Wow. I mean, they are welcome here anytime to talk about American Financing and the Broncos. And if you want to get the best mortgage rates, the lowest they've been in a long time, check out our friends over at American Financing, where they're saving customers an average of $854 a month. That's almost $10,000 a year. Actually, it is $10,000 a year. So if you want to get your credit card interest rate at a better price, you want salary-based mortgage consultants that are in it for you, and there's no incentive for them, so they just look for the best loan for you. Check them out over at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or go to AmericanFinancing.net/DNVR. That's AmericanFinancing.net/DNVR. NMLS number 182334, consumeraccess.org.
And after you get your mortgage, you can celebrate with some Breckenridge beers. They've got a whole bunch of different good stuff. Yeah, you like that one?
Good, yeah.
You can go out to the farmhouse. They've got a whole bunch of stuff happening, including a nitro-charged immersive tour.
What?
On St. Patrick's Day.
Is that like? That sounds like Meow Wolf. Is it like Meow Wolf?
That's kind of what I was thinking too. It says what to expect. Dive into the world of nitro brews. Immerse yourself in the captivating world of nitro-charged brewing, where innovation meets tradition. Learn firsthand about the science behind the silky smooth texture and cascading bubbles that define our signature Nitro Irish Stout. Each ticket includes heavy appetizers, cooked perfectly with our Nitro Irish Stout, a brewery tour, 2 beers, and a Nitro Irish Stout glass. We'll also send you home with a recipe to make in the comfort of your own home. Also 25% discount on meals and merch and all that sort of stuff. And there's a free live performance of classic Irish dancers and bagpipes at 3:30.
Sick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Less like Meow Wolf, but you never know.
Maybe better.
Even more turns. Yeah.
Maybe you just have to make one correct decision before you go to make it more like Meow Wolf.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of green beer?
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
No.
It's usually cheaper. Usually it's like a deal, you know?
They add something to make it cheaper?
Well,
That's
they
great.
say like, here it's green and also it's $2. So like if it's, so for like $2, I'll do it.
Yeah.
For some reason, Henry talks about deals so much, but I don't look at him and like what a cheap ass.
No,
Yeah.
I agree.
You just gotta play your cards
you
right.
walk that
Yeah.
tightrope.
He does it well. I don't know why.
I mean, he was talking about deals just yesterday. The $2.29 Crunchwrap Supreme.
I think he's just on top of it.
Yeah.
It's like, that guy knows the deal.
I know my deals. Guess what we did before the Nuggets game yesterday?
Legal Pete's.
Illegal Pete's.
Oh.
Because you get the free margarita.
Because it was...
Because you're going to the
you have
game.
the game. Yeah. Dang.
It's all about the deals.
On top of
He's
it.
just on top of it.
Yep.
Would you like the Broncos get...
No.
Yeah, no, hit it.
Did you see Applebee's was selling, I think it was like $150
ads.
or something? Well, the sale's over, and I decided not to do it, so it's not really an ad. But it was like a date night package. You get like $30 in credit or $40 in credit or something once a week for an entire year. I think it would have been like
$150?
maybe it was like $200. This was like a month or so ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can tell you the economics behind that.
You're going to spend more when you're there, so they get you in the door?
Because the alcohol is
But-
included.
It's kind of like
Oh.
Frontier thinks that they can get me with the bag fees. They can't. I
just-
just never.
You just don't pack a
I
bag?
will not do. I'll just take my backpack. I can fit so much stuff in my backpack. Here's the move. One pair of shoes for wherever you're going. That's all you need.
You're wearing them.
Okay.
Yeah, I would take these.
Yep.
You wear your jeans,
Okay.
and then all you have to pack is shirts, maybe shorts. Maybe you need a swimsuit or something like that, and then your toiletries. You can fit all of that in a backpack every time.
So what I'm hearing is this has to be a warm weather trip. You're going to Vegas.
Yeah,
you're
you
going
can't
to
have.
Phoenix.
Well, if you need a jacket, wear your jacket.
That's true.
Okay.
Everything that's big, you wear. Everything that's else, goes in your backpack.
So then why would you ever pack a bag? Let's say you go on Southwest.
Just because you can.
Just because you can?
Yeah.
Then isn't that wasteful?
Wasteful of weight on the plane.
Wasteful of weight on your body when you're walking through the airport.
If anything, that might be good for you.
It's like a
Like a
extra
little workout. Yeah. It's like some people walk around with like the heavy vests or whatever.
Anyways,
Okay.
I found the numbers. You get $30 in credit. You get to use it 52 times, and it costs $200.
that is an unreal deal as long
Really
as you
is.
You have
play
to
your cards right.
exactly. Yeah,
But also, do 2 people have to come?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Because one person could do well for $30.
It's true, but alcohol isn't included.
Again, trying to get you.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
You
But I
won't
mean,
do
that's
it.
almost $1,600 in credit.
Wow, for $200.
Yeah,
That's an unbelievable deal.
it is.
For
It sold out very quickly.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Olive Garden did something similar too a couple years ago.
Stop with free ads.
Well, but I mean, you can't buy it.
So you're talking about deals. Michael Penix. He would be
a deal.
Potentially a deal in this draft. Let's hear what he had to say about his meeting with the Broncos.
Man, it was an interesting meeting. It was different than the others, but I felt good. I felt confident going into it, and going out of it, I felt confident as well. And playing for Coach Sean Payton, that'd be special. Obviously he's a great coach, one of the best in the game. And to be able to learn from him, it would be special.
Why was it different than others?
Oh yeah, man, they were tough. They were tough. They was trying to. They put up a lot of bad plays, but it's good, because, at the next level it's hard. It's hard to win, I understand that. And, I feel like in ways that he was probably trying to see how I reacted, to those bad plays, if I could take accountability and stuff like that. And, I'm always going to do that, I'm always going to put others before me, and I'm going to be honest about everything. So.
The longest answer, something there or nothing?
Something, and the something to me goes to the journalist. Now, speaking of journalism, bad journalism on our part, not crediting whoever we got these videos from. But whoever it was, pro move, they've been to the combine before, stand near the speaker. You don't have to be as close. You get just as good of audio quality. Aside from that, I just, while listening to that, kind of got like anxiety thinking about Sean Payton like grilling me on my mistakes.
Yeah.
Not be fun.
Especially when you have to go so fast. Because, again, it's 18 minutes. I imagine it's 18 minutes, so you have 2 minutes to go to the next one. And so, like, he's probably got just, like, all 10 interceptions or whatever Michael Penix had last year. And it's just like, first one, what went wrong here? What went wrong there? That would not be a good time.
So, really quick.
No, not at all.
Speaking of journalists, you said journalists and wanting to give fair credit. Let's give fair credit to that smart person who's a friend of the program. Not of this show, but of our program. More so your program.
Oh.
Who do you think this was?
Coach Prime was recording.
You are dangerously hot. But you got to take this the right way.
Oh, I know who it is.
Who is it?
Mike Sanford.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Impressive.
I was thinking Romy.
Shout out Mike Sanford for that video.
Yeah, shout out.
The former Buffs head coach.
Yeah, former interim head coach of the Buffs. And guest
Warriors fan
on the DNVR Buffs podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Also, shout out to very much friend of the program, Andrew Mason, for the last video we're going to watch. We also had Denver Post Ryan McFadden, Mike Kliss, and, of course, first one, Brandon Cristal. We heard him, friend of the program as well.
So 2 former co-hosts on this show.
Yep.
Wow.
And then a former guest.
Yeah, how about that?
We keep it in the family.
Yes, we really do. Okay, so let's, one more thing on Michael Penix. Why there is something there is the Broncos aren't effing around in these meetings. They're coming prepared with like bad plays that he had to grill him on. Mm-hmm. They're not asking what are some of the ridiculous questions? Like,
what's the largest animal you think you could beat in a fight?
Right,
I do have some questions. Have you seen some of the dumb things these kids are saying? Like there was the one.
We ask it to all the Buffs players who do 21 questions with us, and man, their answers are dumb.
Yeah, I believe it.
Wait, do you guys tell me?
But there's like this kid yesterday from Texas Tech. He's supposed to run like the fastest 40 this year. He's supposed to coming in, and he said like he doesn't believe in outer space. Like doesn't believe in the sun. Like it's all just a projection. Like said like the flat earthers make some good points. I think was one. Is that concerning?
Is he being serious?
Yes.
He seemed pretty serious.
If he's being serious,
the guy
absolutely is a
the guy who was saying that birds aren't real. That one seemed like it was a bit.
Yeah.
But
the overdone bit, honestly.
It kind of is. But I mean, he's like 21. What do you expect?
I think I've told this story before on the show, but there's a player in the Broncos locker room one year who was not a flat earther, but simply, in his words, had never considered any other possibility. He's like, "What do you mean? You walk outside, it's flat."
Oh my goodness!
And they were, and like his teammates were like, "Wait, no one ever told you that the Earth is round?" And he was like, "No, I don't think so."
And he's no longer on the team? Is
no
he on
longer
the
on the team.
What about in the league?
No,
that's sad.
Yeah,
that's
Broncos
sad.
probably should have known this before.
But he did have a lot of potential.
I know who we're talking about.
So, are we concerned about this?
No.
Not concerned.
As someone said on Twitter, it's kind of a defender's job to take away space.
Wow.
Yeah, and if he had said that and it was like a metaphor or something, then that'd be cool. But like, I don't know. Like, what if he'd said something even crazier? Like what if he said like I have the superpower of invisibility. I'm invisible right now. You can't see me, but you're standing right there looking at him. Like, if he says that to your face, can you still draft him?
Yes.
You can.
I've spent enough time in NFL locker rooms and football locker rooms to know that the things that are said in there are insane.
It's true. It's true.
What if he says like
some of the worst takes you'll ever hear?
What if you hold out, like, you put up your 5 fingers and you say like, just count these for me, and he says like 1, 2, 4, 7, 11, and he's telling you like on your hand there are 11 fingers. Do you still draft him?
When you say it, it just always sounds like a joke.
It does. It's true.
But no, he's dead serious.
What position does he play?
I don't know. Corner.
Yeah, he's
counting really all that.
Yeah, not really.
It doesn't come up enough to matter.
Like, probably quarterback. No way.
Gotta be able to count.
Defensive tackle. Yeah, he's fine.
Really.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess. Okay.
Did you guys see the Texas defensive tackle? What he weighed in at?
No.
366 pounds.
Wow.
And that's like good for you for not being any bigger.
Did you see what he ran?
Fast?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see.
5.27, dead last.
Wow.
He probably would still beat me, I think.
That's the thing. Because I haven't ran a 40 in forever.
Did you see Tom Brady at 46 beat Tom Brady at the Combine?
Wow.
Yeah, like, he did it
as
yesterday.
he should, though, right?
No.
Really? I mean, if you're only looking at the age, then no. But if like you look at what he was then and what he is now, like athletically,
he's skinnier now,
yeah. Like you got rid of some of the bad weight, like
avocado ice cream.
It's true.
Avocado ice cream.
Strawberries. He's probably eating strawberries back then.
It's a good point.
Do you know Pat Mahomes and Peyton Manning ran the same 40 time?
That's why. No, I did not know that.
I guess this one says 4.8, but I think it was like a 4.88 and a 4.86.
I'm honestly
Maybe
more
not,
impressed with Peyton than disappointed in Pat.
Yeah?
Yeah.
4.8 for Peyton? That's good. Okay, we got one more. Speaking of the opposite of these 40 times, a fast 40 time, I would expect. Jayden Daniels talked about his interactions with the Broncos. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I mean, Sean Payton, obviously what he did in New Orleans, I was down the road, so, a lot of people still talk about those days, but be able to see the offensive mind that he is, the guru, and just be able, like I said, just sitting there, just talk football with everybody.
Something or nothing?
He respects Sean Payton?
Yeah, he does. He does. He didn't say a word about the meeting.
No. Do you think that the Broncos did the bad throws thing to everyone?
Probably.
And only Penix brought it up?
Nobody else really gave any details.
Yeah, I think so, though.
The first one was it? I think it was JJ McCarthy saying like it was Davis Mills kind of running everything, which is interesting. But
Davis Webb.
Sorry, too many Davises. Davis Webb.
Who would you rather have as your quarterback tomorrow?
Davis Mills.
Wow.
Over Davis Webb?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 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 He respects Sean Payton.
What about Todd Davis?
He's not an idiot.
At quarterback?
I'll take Davis Mills.
Kendall Hinton 2.0 game coming
Just
up.
kneel every time. Hope the defense scores.
No way.
Wow. The disrespect.
Give me Todd and the Wildcats. They're on some power.
Todd and the boys?
Yeah.
Sounds like Hootie and the Blowfish.
Okay, who gave the best answer?
For sure, J.J. McCarthy. I mean, detailed. Like you said, the impressive thing was naming Davis Webb, Sean Payton, Joe Lombardi, and praising. Then he goes on to praise Denver as a city. He knows where the Broncos are located. That's a little bonus, I guess. But I mean, honestly, J.J. McCarthy.
We're impressed he knew where the Denver Broncos were?
I was seeing if you were picking up on the little hints I was dropping, seeing if you were paying attention.
Yeah, and he knew Denver was in Colorado?
Yeah. Well, remember, Broncos drafted K.J. Hamler, who shortly after being drafted here, was like, I haven't seen any grizzly bears recently.
Yeah.
No, he said, like, I heard there's just grizzly bears everywhere.
And they freaked Jerry Jeudy out.
Yes.
It did.
Yeah.
Jerry Judy's like, man, if there's grizzly bears just roaming around, I'm out.
Yep. That's too bad.
Clearly, he hasn't seen a grizzly bear yet because he's still here.
Do we even have grizzlies in Colorado? I don't think so.
It's an Alaska
There must be a
right?
couple.
Is that a grizzly bear on your
Montana
hat?
thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's a paw.
Yeah. A grizzly bear paw.
Montana Grizzlies.
Yeah, so you should know about it.
But that's what I was talking about.
I would imagine there's something. They've got to be
What
Colorado.
animal could you beat in a fight? One of the buffs that we had said they could beat a polar bear.
Nope.
Which is like...
Guy's an idiot.
That's like a bottom 5 animal to name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
How would you beat a polar bear?
Also,
You don't.
It's true.
Also, polar bears are one of the only species that view humans as food.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you
That's
know
horrifying.
that grizzly bears used to be like a plains animal? Because now they're up in the mountains because we've like chased them to the mountains. But they used to just be like out there running around like catching bison.
and
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's a
Wow.
fun one.
Fact of the day.
Yeah.
Did you know the reason that UCLA had to be the Bruins and not the Grizzlies was because they were trying to join Montana's conference and Montana already had Grizzlies?
That hasn't stopped like every team that's named Wildcats.
Well, wait. Is there 2 Wildcats in one conference?
There's definitely 2 Tigers in the SEC. Auburn and LSU.
I wonder if they started in different conferences.
Probably. Anyways.
I'm actually surprised there's not more buffaloes.
Yeah.
Like
Let's keep it
Nebraska
that way.
or like
Yeah.
Wyoming.
Oh, man. How much would you hate it if Nebraska changed to the buffaloes?
That
I
would
would
be
kind
crazy.
of love it. Imitation's the finest form
That's
of
really
flattery.
true. So then-
Kansas, they used to have a bunch of those, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're probably
The Dakotas.
right. You can probably learn this on the History Channel over at Fubo TV,
Probably.
where you can get 15% off Fubo Pro if you use the code DNVR. Go to FuboTV.com/DNVR or scan the QR code on our screen. Fubo is the absolute best. That's where I watch Nuggets, Avs games, and of course Broncos and all the college football you could ever want over at Fubo TV, where they've got over 140 channels of live sports, shows, movies, news. They've also got movies that you can stream at your convenience. That's what I love about it. No contracts, no cable, no hassle. Sign up and start watching immediately. And they're even going to get you a free trial before you get 15% off your first month. So go to FuboTV.com/DNVR to get that deal.
Go check out Foco too. Let's see. I sorted the same way last time. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff. The Terrell Davis Denver Broncos Super Bowl 32 MVP bust big head bobblehead is one of them.
Whoa.
But they've got so much other stuff. I'm gonna search. I wonder what the least expensive thing on Fubo is. Gator scarves
Foco.
and masks. Foco. You said Fubo. Yeah. But they've got all sorts of Broncos things. Ooh, if you really want. Oh, it's sold out. It's not discount anymore. They've got Von Miller face masks. You can imagine exactly when they decided to make those. But then they've got a whole bunch of newer stuff too. The Christmas ornaments, the flags, the water bottles, the bags, the gloves. That is it's like a chain you put around your neck. It has a big Bronco logo.
Those are good.
Yeah, all sorts of different stuff. Basically anything you can think of, Fubo has it. They have 470
Foco.
Broncos items. Foco. We can't do these back to back. I get Fubo in my head.
I almost got you to say another F word that's 4 letters.
I'm not going to do it. They've got overalls, Hawaiian shirts. And the best part is if you use the code DNVR10, you can get 10% off at Foco. It's a Colorado company. Ooh, these shoes just say Broncos on the side. They look pretty cool. It's the best stuff for just about every sport, even if you're not looking for Broncos gear. Like I said, that code is DNVR10. There's also a link down in the description here.
All right, so let's wrap this conversation up. Do you think, because they're meeting with Jayden Daniels, Michael Penix, no, not Jayden Daniels, Drake Maye, and Caleb Williams, that they're maybe open to making a big jump?
I think they're definitely open to it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think Sean Payton has his guy?
Not yet.
Okay. So I think that if he leaves one of those conversations, probably save for Caleb Williams, and says he's the one, and, obviously it's not just the conversation, but it's the, the entire body of work. He's like, that's it. That was the final cherry on top. That's my guy. They will do what they have to do or try to do what they have to do.
I totally agree. He's going to say, George, get up to number 2, get up to number 3, get up to whatever number we have to in order for me to get this guy. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think if they can go get Caleb Williams, they'd love to go get Caleb Williams. I think that they probably have Jayden Daniels too, I think. And if they can go get Jayden Daniels, I think they'd love to do that. But I think both those teams are just going to make those picks anyway. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's ever been an issue of whether they're open to it. It's just whether any team is willing to trade those picks.
Interesting. All right, so it's something. We learned something today.
We did. I have a take on Broncos quarterback situation that I just wanted to get off today.
Huh.
I think the Broncos are in a really difficult position. And the position is that they are mind-numbingly boring as a team right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's true.
I would rather hear a couple guys talk about who's in their golf simulator league.
Wow.
Well, fortunate for you.
The chat may not totally agree with that.
They have nothing going for them right now from an interest standpoint. And there's really only one way to fix it.
Quarterback?
And it's to draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
And because of that, they're in a position that you don't really want to be in, which is that like they kind of have to take a quarterback.
Yep.
And the truth is, no, they don't. But the Broncos are not used to this. The only story that surrounds the Broncos right now is like, will Russell Wilson come back? Everyone knows the answer. But like the Broncos aren't used to being completely out of the public eye. Irrelevant is what the word I would use if they don't do something this offseason. And it could lead to them making a bad decision. And that worries me.
Do you think Sean Payton gets caught up in that?
I would say no, but I also have been saying from the day that he got here that Sean Payton's here for a good time, not for a long time. So, like, does he just want to throw away a whole year of his life just to get a better draft pick next year?
Nope.
I don't think so either. And so, in the end, you need a little bit of luck. Maybe the Broncos' desperation also comes with a touch of luck, and J.J. McCarthy ends up being the best quarterback in this class. But it just scares me a little bit that the Broncos kind of have to do something to have anyone pay any attention to them next year other than like us and the people watching.
That, and then on top of that, what you said about Sean Payton being here for a good time, not a long time, is another reason why do not discount the Broncos making a big move up. George Payton said it's probably going to be impossible for them to get to number one, especially if the Bears want Caleb Williams. All signs are pointing that way. They're not going to trade that. But number 2, 3, 4, 5, especially if Jayden falls a little bit, I would not be shocked to see multiple first-round picks moved because what GM was it? It was the Bills GM said earlier this week when talking about
Brandon Beane?
Yes, Brandon Beane. Did you care about like how much he had to give up to get Josh Allen? And he said, no, because if it didn't work out, I would have been gone. And if it did work out, nobody gives a shit. He said exactly that.
Yep.
I love it.
I think that's kind of how Sean Payton.
Spot on.
I mean, in a good way if it works out, in a bad way if it doesn't. Sean, with this job, is playing with a little bit of house money here. This is his second job. He's already established himself. He can go back to New Orleans and be loved there for the rest of his life if it doesn't work out here. That could be bad. It could also be like, man, he's willing to make the big gamble that needs to be made if it works out.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely playing with house money. I mean, he's probably going to retire before Patrick Mahomes. Like, he's 60. Like, his entire time in Denver, probably trying to, like, take down the Chiefs the entire time, which sounds really hard. So, unless you're going to be able to go get another freak quarterback, you're just in trouble.
You know what else sounds hard? Pause.
Yeah.
Is doing a draft with you guys in a speed round of a draft. Let's dive into it. It's a Friday, so we've got to hit our draft, and we've also got super chats to hit after, so we got to go quick here. We're doing the Great Cereal Milk Draft. We've done cereal in the past, so we're changing up just a tiny bit here. So we're doing the milk that you want to drink after you've had the bowl of cereal with this cereal in it.
Okay.
First of all, do you actually do that?
No.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, really?
But I don't like go through and like test all of them.
No, but you drink the milk out of the bowl when you're done with your cereal.
Okay.
If it's good enough cereal. I don't do it after like a bowl of Cheerios.
Oh, I do. You
I
just
only do
waste
if it's
the
good.
milk?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So this isn't like, we're not drafting oat milk, soy milk, skim milk, whole milk. We're drafting the cereals.
The cereal that makes the milk taste the best.
The best, yep.
As someone who is kind of a guest here, do I get the first pick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Okay, cool. Oh, okay.
We could just keep track of it in our head too, Kale. It's okay. Oh, wow. That was easy. That was very easy.
Bang. Bang.
Boom.
For now, at least. I'm still named Zach. All right. Number 1 overall, best in the game, most talent, most versatility.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, easiest pick in history, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Wow. Good one, but not the best pick. You kind of blew it here. It's a really good one.
No.
I think that is the best milk.
Thank you.
Not enough flavor there.
If you take...
this is coming from a guy that had Cinnamon Toast Crunch Rice Krispie treats yesterday.
What?
So very good.
Hybrid?
And then I actually put it in ice cream. It was incredible. It was like the best.
Wait,
best
oh my
meal of
goodness.
life.
You made ice cream out of the milk?
No, I just put this. I just smashed the bar up in ice cream as like a homemade blizzard.
Did you get diabetes after?
Not yet.
No, not yet. Okay.
So the number 1 pick is Fruit Loops right here.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Such a bad pick.
Are you kidding me? I'm gonna get so much praise for this pick.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
Henry, you get the next 2 picks.
I get the back-to-back, which I love. I'm going to start with Cocoa Puffs, the chocolate milk. I mean, that's
fair.
That's
Yep.
irreplicable.
Yep, that's good.
And then I'll throw out Frosted Flakes, too.
Yeah,
it's a little generic, but I mean, it's sweet.
It's sweet.
I feel like I got my 2 staples up at the top.
And this is great. I landed the top 2 picks right here because I am going Lucky Charms right here because the marshmallows in the Lucky
They
Charms
don't count as part of the milk.
But they dissolve more than anything else into the milk. So you are essentially drinking marshmallow milk. Come on, it's a winner.
No. But this is how we always are. Like, if we were to draft ice creams, I wouldn't like any of yours.
That's yeah.
Give me, I actually think this is better than Cocoa Puffs because they dissolve more and it becomes more chocolatey. Give me Cocoa Krispies.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is pretty much mush, so it's fair.
Yep.
Now you get the next pick.
Oh, I go back to back here. Okay. Uh-oh. I was not ready for that. I thought I had to wait a long time again. It's been a while. Ooh, that's a good possible option there.
Man. There's 2 great ones still on the board.
This one might hurt me because it's such an indulgent cereal that people just degrade it, but give me Cookie Crisp.
That's such a good. That was the one. I took like a trip down to the grocery store this morning. Went through the cereal aisle just to like get my bearings for this. Cocoa Crisp was the one that I was like, I might actually need to buy this. Cookie Crisp, yes.
The thing about Cookie Crisp is you also get like milk-soaked cookie crumbles at the very bottom of the milk.
It's true. Because there's been so much talk, I just have to go with this one right now, or else I'm afraid Henry's going to take it. Oreos.
Oreo O's.
Oreo O's, exactly. For all the reasons you said, just instead of it being a chocolate chip cookie, it's an Oreo O.
It is crazy that in the 90s they were just like, we're going to just make candy into cereals.
Yeah.
People are going to eat it.
Genius.
And like kids are going to love it.
Yep.
And boy, did we.
And we're going to sell it as breakfast, too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you just ate Oreos for breakfast.
Were either of you there when we went through like the Tony the Tiger rabbit hole last week?
Yeah, that was you and me.
That was me and you. I just remember all the things I learned. I don't remember who was there.
Wait, I need to tell a story about that because Hank very earnestly looked everybody at that table in the face during the Tony the Tiger conversation and asked, "What is Tony the Tiger's name?"
No,
It sounded like
it sounded. There was a pause. I was like, "What's his name? What's?" And Tony the Tiger. I kind of answered it myself in the question. That was a separate piece. But yeah, because there's a whole big thing like
on paper would have read in a court document as
it would
Henry saying, What's Tony the Tiger's name?
That it would have looked like that if you were to write it down. That's why like reading the quotes from some of these interviews, you're like, I don't the 1 thumb or 2 thumb thing, you're like kind of just had to be there.
It's true.
But apparently the people, it was in England. There was like a big push to say like it should be illegal like this is horrible that we're just putting cartoon characters on these things that are terrible for you to trick kids into eating them.
Yep.
Didn't pass, though. So
Yeah, of course not.
But it is now. Tony the Tiger is outlawed in 4 countries.
Actually?
It is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Because of what he was
Tricks
just talking
kids,
about.
yeah.
Wow.
A lot of South Americans not a fan of Tony the
Mexico,
Tiger.
Argentina, Peru, and
Chile.
No, there was one non-South American.
No, I just read it wrong. I said China. It was actually Chile.
Wow, that's
And then I corrected myself to say I did it, but nobody was listening.
And you get back-to-back picks
Yeah,
here.
this is an easy one. Give me Captain Crunch.
Ooh, crunch. Okay.
Yeah. See, this is a tough one because the milk is really good, but the cereal is not all that good. Let me double check before I
That's
pull
what
the
we're
trigger.
going for here, so that'd be a good one.
I know, but I think people are going to get caught up in. I'll save it for the next round because I don't think it's going to go off the board. Cinnamon Life.
Wow, great pick.
Yep, I know.
Is it that strong of a milk, though?
Oh,
No, it's
it's
not.
a straight.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's kinda
it's not
the
Cinnamon
issue
Toast
here.
Crunch, but
Right.
like for a 4th round to kind of cancel out the top
It is
pick.
the best cereal for what it's worth, in my opinion.
It's right up there.
It is really good. I can't believe this one's here. I knew it was going to fall drafting with you two. But Trix. Give me Trix right
Just want
here.
all the fruity milk.
I mean, come on, that's what makes the best milk is the
No,
fruit.
it's the sugar.
It's the fruity sugar. That's exactly what it
The
is.
sugary sugar.
This isn't healthy milk. Ryan,
Zach, clearly a fruity candy over chocolate candy guy. That's been made
it's
abundantly
true.
clear.
And I'm going for those people, but I also have the Oreo O's in here. Ryan, round us out.
All right. Wait, this is the last pick? No, I have
Back
two.
to back. Yep.
Okay, give me French Toast Crunch.
Oh, wow.
French Toast Crunch. Kind of going for the same thing as Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but not quite as intense.
Yep.
And then give me Honey Smacks.
Wow. Okay.
Man, that's good. That's good. I'm going to go along the fruit route again. Give me Apple Jacks right here to round me out. I think that's a strong, pungent flavor.
Which one was it?
Apple Jacks. Yep.
The only one on your list that I like, well, that I actually like would have, there's two, are Oreo O's, which again I would only have if I was like going in a time machine back to when I was a kid. Lucky Charms though are legit.
Thank you.
Lucky Charms are good.
Henry, are you gonna?
So
bust
see,
your
I was
draft
tempted
right
by
here?
Raisin Bran because that milk is sneaky good, but with Fruity Pebbles on the board, again, I think Fruity Pebbles almost cancels out Fruit Loops. Like
What were you just saying about the fruity milk 5 seconds ago?
Well, I'm saying I don't need 4 of them, but I do need to round out my board a little bit with one of them.
Okay. I think we're gonna be pretty close.
Fruity Pebbles, I actually think has better milk than Fruit Loops.
It might.
Just the.
It's like kind of like the
beating
Cocoa
I'm taking
Krispies
right
Cocoa
now.
Puffs.
I'm gonna need some help
conversation
from you guys. We're gonna put this on Twitter, DNVR_Broncos over on Twitter X, and vote for us. Who is going to win? It's gonna be up in a couple of hours. So make sure to check back.
Henry has the most rounded out list.
I feel good about it. Didn't win for me last week.
I'm going for the fruity people.
I went for like my people, like I'm hoping that everyone who lives in my category votes for me.
Yeah.
Man,
Yours
we'll
is
see.
like a turnout race, not like a winning over independence.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And before we get out of here, we got 3 super chats to hit. Let's hit them. And before we do, hit us with a thumbs up. We really appreciate it. Supports us a lot, and we really appreciate everyone rolling with us on a Friday. All right, first super chat coming in from our friend Mile High Mems, who says, "Can I get an open your eyes?" There you go. I love it. Little throwback today. Love that you're rolling with us, Mile High Mems. Next one from Cole, who says, "Do you think Denver drafts a receiver?" They've got 6 picks.
It's so tough to say right now. I'd say if they keep Tim Patrick in some way, then no. But if they don't, then yes.
I'm going to say yes, because Sean has a great history of not just turning rookie receivers, but turning second-round picks or seventh-round picks into something. I also think Jerry Jeudy or Cortland Sutton, one of those guys, is going to be gone.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Yes.
The tough part is like they just don't have enough picks.
Yeah, only 6.
Exactly. If one's a quarterback, you got 5 other picks and so many other positions.
2 of them might be gone when you go draft a quarterback at 6.
So true.
That's really true. And our guy Cody rounding us out here, who says it's draft night and you are in charge. What moves do you make if it's you calling the shots? Also, Hank, what's your favorite historical figure?
Wow, what a question.
The first one's way easier. I'm just trying to get Caleb Williams. I'm just doing whatever it takes. Take half the team if you want it. Like, at least go have some fun with a new quarterback.
3 firsts, 3 seconds, and Pat Surtain.
F it, why not?
Wow.
That's where I am.
Wow.
If you hit, no, it doesn't matter.
No
If you
one gives
miss,
a shit.
you're not there.
Fired. And you got a pretty nice paycheck on the way out,
problem.
too. Yep. I'm almost doing that. I'm doing anything to get Jayden Daniels.
I am doing the opposite of what you guys are doing.
Oh.
I am forgetting about being irrelevant for 1 year, being really boring for 1 year. I am trying to set the record for trade backs in a draft.
Wow.
I'm just going to trade back and collect, trade back and collect.
See if you can get the entire 7th round.
Then next year, I'm going to get Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'm shocked that that's your take. Wow.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty fun next year,
It
though.
would be electric.
This year would suck, but next year would be a blast.
Yes.
Favorite historical figure?
Yeah, we need that.
I'm learning from Todd here. The answer is Jesus. Like, it's like, don't overthink it. Like, regardless of what you think of the guy, I mean, there's just something for everybody. Like, he was alive for like kind of an interesting time. You ask Jesus some questions, he'll have some answers.
You would think so.
Maybe a lot of answers.
Yeah, that's really true.
What qualifies one as a historical figure? Like
You were alive in history.
So, like, I'm a historical figure.
I feel like you're not. I think you have to be dead.
Ooh.
No offense.
Well, you think dead. is
I
what
think that's.
qualifies it.
I think that if you don't want to have like a list of like 10 rules to figure it out, then you just say like, are you alive or dead?
I think that I'm
And they'll
7
get you
minutes late for a meeting.
Okay, we're
Oh,
out of
no.
here. Thank you so much for rolling with us. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
We all silly like the mayor.